I woke up in space station near our recently terraformed planet Polonius 4, named after my great-grandfather after the exodus of man where humankind was forced to flee our home galaxy soon after we realized we weren't alone in the vast recesses of space. Our tattered ships fly purposefully in a defensive position around our military station, while we hold on to the fickle hope that humanity can stem the tide of extinction in the face of alien conquest. What do they want? We don't know. We are insects to them, a roach to be squashed on their pursuit of galactic supremacy. But there is one thing they didn't calculate as they bombarded Earth from the safety of their superior military ships. They didn't plan on the human race being the catalyst of their destruction. After all, we are the race that gave birth to Chuck Norris, and we're about to roundhouse kick those alien bastards in their big-eyed gray skull caps. Welcome to Galactic Civilizations. What an intro, am I right? If this was kindergarten, I get a gold star. And after all, a gold star is appropriate because, speaking of gold stars, Galactic Civilizations is a gold star game at its asking price of $39.99 on Steam. But, better yet, it's constantly on sale. But enough about the money you should be putting down on righteous swag from our sister company Ogre. Let's talk about why this game has boldly gone where no 4-time strategy game has gone before, and why it's one of my favorite games in my Steam list. Galactic Civilizations is basically the love child of the Civilizations series and StarCraft. It's a 4-time space strategy game developed by Stardock Entertainment and based around the premise of a hostile galaxy full of angsty aliens bent on the conquest of the known stars. There's a plethora of ways to play the game, and no one experience is the same, because the universe is randomly created each time you queue up. Most 4-time strategy games don't lend you an interesting story arc either, but Galactic Civilization does not disappoint on the story front. It has multiple story arcs which will keep you engaged. Now the main premise of the game is a typical one. Mankind has delved too deep into space and has met an alien race that has decided to bend over humanity and make them their butt puppet. You meet other races who are more apt to help you take on the big bad race that you now call Daddy, but they are about as helpful as airlifting a 500-pound person out of the hole in their roof as they go to the hospital for a quadruple bypass. Now it's possible, but it takes way more effort than just gearing up and doing what humans do best, go stomping into other people's business and making the galaxy human, full of truck stops, hipster music, and Thai food trucks. The gameplay is fairly typical of most 4-time strategy games. You start out with 1 or 2 planets and a few ships, from where you need to secure your position and spread your influence in the galaxy. Now, I will say that the startup is slow, and the main focus is colonization and research and development, because your starting ships are woefully inept. Fighting another race in the beginning is like tossing pebbles at Godzilla. You hope you can keep them from noticing you until you're impossible to attack and then impossible to defend against. Now, I've heard complaints from other elite reviewers. They use way larger words than me, saying such things as, "The monotonous grind you spend on this inane game will likely cause your cerebellum to implode. I recommend you use your time on machinations meant to inspire and equivocally indoctrinate your generation with the platitudes of my astute logic." My response, what? I get the game is a grind. I get there are better games that employ democracy. I get that science sometimes doesn't make sense. But my response is, dude, Starship Trooper the hell out of this game and make Galactic Civilizations America again. Sure, the graphics aren't amazing. Sure, the soundtrack's on par with the noise of your sleep apnea machine. But the one factor that makes this game great is that you can play for hours and hours and not be bored. I enjoy resource management games. I enjoy strategy games. I enjoy games that I get my money out of. With the combination of the randomness of the galaxy generation in the basic game and the questing in the story mode, you get more than your money worth out of this glorious game. Now, I will say that it's easy to pick up on sale. They are always putting it out on sale. So if you want to eat out at Red Lobster with your significant other, wait for it to hit the discount aisle and then pick it up. You won't be disappointed for its asking price. So with all that said, I gotta give it an 8 out of 10. The developers knew it wasn't a $60 game and marketed it accordingly, setting a pleasant expectation. There's probably better 4-time strategy games out there, but for the feel and price of this game, I don't think there's one that I've had more fun on and put more time into recently. Now comes the sad time where I go back to my basement and you go back to your swanky penthouse. So until next time...
Okay, so here were my options. A, quickly duck sideways, dodge the claw, then take him out with a spinning back kick. Or B, take the claw in the face, then roll on the ground and die. Should have gone with A.
And drop a like, comment, or give us a share down below. Also, hey, check out our new content such as our player spotlights and our weekly podcasts featuring the mythic legend Mark Red Raccoon Lee and the wizard behind the curtain Matt Meatball Conley. Keep on!